We've got the mass of some apples produced in some countries in 2014. Also needs to go into three significant figures. And mass of apples in tons. And it's got this. Right. Poland's got that, produced that many. UK produced that many. I've got to write each number in standard form, correct to three significant figures. So let's do Poland first. It's three significant figures. That'll be 319. The next number's a 5, so that'll be 320. But when I'm doing standard form, it has to be a number between 1 and 10. So this bit will have to be 3.20. I'll write that again. 3.20. And it's going to be times by 10 to the power of, and that's just got to go from between 3 there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 places it's got to move. So it'll be 3.20 times 10 to the power 6. This one here, UK, much easier here because the next number is not a 5 or bigger, so it's just 404. So write down 404, but it's standard form, so it's got to be a number between 1 and 10, so that'll be 4.04. It'll be times by 10 to the power of, and it's got to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places, so that'll be it. So that'll be 3.20 times 10 to the power 6, and that'll be 4.04 times 10 to the power 5. Write down the mass in kilograms of apples produced in Denmark. I've got to give it in standard form. So Denmark, we got this, so it's 354. So if I do 3.54, I'll miss out the point, 3.54, and I've got, so this is there, I've got times by 10 4 times, so 1, 2, and then 2 more, so I need to add 2 zeros. That's how many tons it is. So in kilograms, that's tons, so in kilograms I have to times by 1,000, and now I can put it back into standard form very easily. That'd be 3.54 times by 10 to the power of, and it would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now, this is quite tricky, this last one. Calculate the upper bound of the difference between the mass of apples produced in Italy and those produced in France. Okay, so we're going to do the difference. So it's going to be the number of the mass on Italy minus the apples in France, because Italy's actually got more of them than France. And we want the upper bound of the difference, so we want the biggest the Italy value could possibly be minus the smallest that the French could be. So the biggest the Italy could be, don't forget they're given to three significant figures, so it could be, Italy could be 2.455 times 10 to the power 6. Well, actually, technically, it has to be a little bit less than that, but we normally put it right on the limit. Take away the smallest the French could be, it'd be less than 1.89. It would actually be 1.885, because that to three significant figures would round, that 5 would round this up to 1.89, and that's times by 10 to the power 6 again. So you could actually work it all out, use a calculator. If you can use the calculator button, if you're doing times 10 to the power 6, you want to use the EXP button. It's much the easiest way of doing it. So 2.455 x 6, or it might be an E button, depends which calculator you've got. Or you could put it into normal form and then subtract it, and that will give you 570,000. And you've got to have it in standard form, so it'll be 5.7. Actually, technically it should be 5.70 because you've got all that, everything's been given to three significant figures. So I'll put a 0 in there, although you wouldn't normally lose a mark if you didn't. And that's got to be times by 10 to the power of 5. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think working out upper bounds when you're dealing with standard form is quite a tricky question. And that's 10 done.